Introduction to Python. In this module, I will just quickly introduce you to Python and why you should be proud of yourself for coming here and willing to learn Python. So Python is a general purpose high level language. When we say high level language, it means you don't really have to deal with the hardware. You don't have to worry about memory usage, allocation, all of that stuff. When you're programming, you just write your code. So it's considered a high level language. It's also considered a scripting language and a programming language. It has the characteristics of both, and that's up for debate. A lot of people will debate about that, and most of the time it's considered a scripting language, but you should know it's both a programming language and a scripting language. It's very easy to read and user friendly. That part you would love about Python, especially if it's your first programming language. When you read the code, it's easy to read. They use plain, straightforward English words, and it's very user friendly. The error messages are clear. It's easy to understand what went wrong. So I consider it very user friendly language. It's an interpreted language as opposed to a compiled language. Interpreted language means it's read line by line and interpreted right away, which makes it fast to develop. That makes it slower to run once the application is done, but it's really not significant enough for anybody to be concerned about it, at least at this level. Compiled languages are like that, like C or Java, which you have to create your code in a file, then the file have to be compiled. But in Python, you can just write line by line and you can actually run each line and see the result. Now it runs in most operating systems, in Mac 10X, in Windows, and Unix. Most operating systems you can think of, it will run on them. And it's an OOP, which is object-oriented programming. So object-oriented is very popular, and Python is an object-oriented programming. And if you pursue a career in programming, in QA, anything that has to do with software, you are going to hear the word OOP most of the time. Python is free. Python is great in that terms. It's free to develop. You can create applications and sell them. You don't have to pay the Python organization anything. I know they do require you to give them credit. If you create an application with Python, you have to say something that you used Python and you give credit to them. Other than that, they don't want to charge you anything. So it is great. It's free for anybody. It's fast to develop. It's very fast to write. So developers like it. If they need to do something quick and dirty, then hey, Python is the best way. But also, of course, major softwares can be done with Python. It's portable. Like I said, it runs in many OSs. So if you want to write your code on a Windows machine and take it and run it on a Mac machine, you don't have to change the code at all. You just take your file and just run it. No code change needed. So that's great about Python. There are a wide variety of libraries. Python is popular, so people have made so many things for it. So whatever you need to do, most likely you don't have to create it from scratch. Most likely somebody have done it before. There is a module, and you will use that. You just implement it into your logic. For example, if you need to communicate to a database, write to a database, there are a couple of modules that will do that. If you need to make HTTP requests, there are modules to do that. If you need to scrape a website, there are modules to do that. Anything you need to do, there's pretty much a module for it. So there's large libraries for it, and it's one of the most popular languages on the web. As an example, YouTube uses not the whole YouTube is Python, but a significant amount of YouTube uses Python. Instagram uses Python. Dropbox uses Python. Spotify, the desktop application version of Spotify, uses Python. So as you can see, these successful and popular applications are using Python. So Python is here to stay, and Python is powerful, useful, and developers like it. So you did the right choice trying to learn Python. So this is all I have for the introduction of Python. Let's go ahead and get to the fun part. Let's start coding some Python.